if I traded if I gave it.
So welcome back, everyone. My next guest is calling in. I have with me Ken Davis, and he is the CEO of Task Easy. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, our company is kind of unique in that it helps consumers and businesses to mow lawns and clear snow, but we do it a little bit like the Uber model. So when you need snow clearing or lawn mowing performed, you click a button and then it magically happens. We're doing it now. We've done it. We've mowed lawns, about 600,000 lawns in more than 5,000 cities across the country. So we can do it just about anywhere in the United States. And we're really trying to change the way that lawn mowing is handled. Because we control the routes and manage the contractor's quality and scope of service very, very explicitly, we're able to get very good pricing negotiated for our customers and then guarantee the quality of the work. So if you ever have any problems, it's all guaranteed by us. We'll even go to the extreme of getting another contractor out to fix a problem if the first contractor did something terribly wrong.
So you said that you do lawn mowing. You also do snow clearing, and we do get snow here in Arizona, but also there's a lot of snowbirds that go back home, and they are nationwide, so if you don't want to do that, they can help you with that. Also, you said that you also do desert escape. What is that?
Well, so when you don't have lawn, and many homes in Phoenix and in Arizona don't have lawn or don't have much lawn, you still get weeds and you still get leaves and you still get debris in your yard. And so a desert scape or the care of a desert scape is when somebody comes and blows off all the leaves and debris, maybe applies some weed killer, and then just make sure that the yard is in good repair and looks nice. And so that's a desert scape, and it oftentimes doesn't need to be done as often as lawn mowing. It can be done every other week instead of every week, so there's a little bit of a cost savings or a cost advantage to having a zero-scaped or a lawnless yard.
Now, you're nationwide. The website is Task Easy, so it's TASK Easy.com. So how did you come up with the idea for Task Easy?
Well, you talk about your snowbird population there, and really I was in a very similar circumstance to that. I have a bunch of rental property myself, and some of it is in a location far away from me. And so if you're living in the winter in one place and in the summer in the other, you have this really big problem managing your contractors, and that is that you're not there to physically inspect the work they're performing. And for the rental properties I had, some of them were 4 or 5 hours away from me, and it presented this huge challenge, because what would happen is when I'd need to do some work, I would oftentimes have to get in my car and drive 4 or 5 hours for no other reason than just to briefly meet a contractor or to describe the work that needed to be performed. And what I oftentimes found was when I had to already make that drive, it was just as easy for me to mow the lawn instead, or clear the snow instead of using a contractor in the first place. And so when people have a vacation home or a home that they're responsible for that's a long ways away from their primary residence, our service comes in very handy, because what happens is each time work is performed, we geofence the contractor, which what that means is that we use GPS to make sure that they were indeed on site when they were performing the work. We make them take photos of the work they perform and submit those in order to receive payment. And so there's evidence that the work was performed, and then we of course guarantee the work. And so when you put all those things together, it makes it so that the service delivery is as reliable as, say, shipping with FedEx or UPS. People don't have to worry very much about whether or not their package is going to arrive on time anymore, because UPS and FedEx have spent 30 years refining the service delivery mechanisms they use. Well, we're doing the same thing in the lawn care and the snow removal industries.
So let's talk a little bit about the different services that you offer again, and specifically, of course, to Arizona. But don't forget, we still do have our snowbirds that are here right now. They're all coming in, and they do live other places. So go ahead.
Yeah, so lawn mowing is our bread and butter. We do a lot of lawn mowing, and you can go on the website and you can order it weekly or biweekly, and you can order our basic service or our full service. Basic is just a quick mow and blow, and then the full service also includes some light flower bed maintenance. And then we manage all the seasonal transitional services that are common with yard maintenance. So we manage, first of all, when you live in an area like Flagstaff, which has snow in the winter and lawn in the summer, you don't want to mow your lawn in January, and we turn that on and off properly, when it's a seasonally appropriate time. And then we allow the customer to have their sprinkler system turned off properly and blown out so that it doesn't freeze. We help with spring and or fall cleanup as needed. We can do fertilization at the right times. We can do aeration and several other services that are all sort of exterior yard maintenance related. For snow clearing we do offer one-time snow clearing if that's something people are interested in. There is a premium charge for that because it's very costly and hard to get a contractor to, when it's snowing like crazy, that's the time when it's the hardest to get a snow clearing professional's attention, if anybody that's been in a heavy snowfall knows. But what we highly recommend to our customers is they sign up for seasonal maintenance of snow, and we still only charge per push, but because we're now sort of locked into the contractor's route and the contractor can anticipate doing it every time, the cost comes down and the cost per push comes down, and that's something that we're quite good at. One other thing I'll mention about the company that's pretty unique is just how much technology we employ to make this possible. So, for example, we take Google satellite imagery and look at the green space in a yard so that we can estimate how much lawn needs to be mowed and what the shape of the lawn is so that we can dispatch the right equipment. For snow clearing, we're even looking at the slope of the driveway. If the driveway is using topography data and mapping data, if the driveway is south-facing, then snow melts faster because it gets more sun exposure. If it's north-facing, it melts a little less fast, and so it requires either more frequent clearing or more de-icing agent. And by using all these technology means to get more and more efficient at keeping track of these services, we can in most cases we can beat the pricing you'd find off the street and do a better job. And so there's this huge advantage to using a system that leverages technology aggressively and then also has good route density. One thing that we also do is if your neighbor is having their lawn mowed by us, with a particular contractor, we'll usually give that same job, or we'll usually give your job to the same contractor on the same day. And we do that so the guy, he might not even have to put his lawn mowing equipment back in the truck. He can just keep pushing it down the street. And that helps to save consumers a lot of money.
Now, you're nationwide. You should check them out on their website. It is Task, T-A-S-K, easy.com. Okay, so for anyone that's, let's say, a local landscaping company that might want to be a part of Task Easy, how do they do that?
So we tend to recruit contractors sort of outbound when we need them in a particular area. But if a contractor is interested in signing up and pre-qualifying, they can go to our website, click on the Become a Contractor link, and begin the process. We do have a pretty vigorous process for screening our contractors in terms of background checks and insurance verification. And then we also continuously score our contractors to make sure they're adhering to the quality standards that we set forth. But at this point, we've got about 5,000 contractors that are qualified and performing work for us, and we really like that network. We value them a lot. They're the ones that help to make us successful, and they really appreciate what we do. And one of the things that's kind of interesting about this community is, these contractors, they're hardworking. Many of them are effectively working 2 full-time jobs because they work during the day at mowing lawns, and then they work all night long taking care of bookkeeping and accounting and marketing and sales. And what we try to do is take over, one of those full-time jobs and let the contractors do what they do best.
Well, check them out. Go ahead.
Yep.
Well,
and then that allows them to make more money, and it allows us to pass savings along to consumer, and we take a small fee in the middle, and it's a very, very modest fee.
It's TaskEasy.com, and they're nationwide. Real quickly, we have less than a minute. What advantages then does TaskEasy offer to customers when compared to competing services?
Well, the big thing is ease of use, and you know, all the work that you're going to do to vet and qualify a contractor is done by us, and it's done in an automated way, in a uniform way, so that you get good predictability of service.
Well,
So,
I'm going to have to go.
What would take hours to qualify.
I can't extend this one out.
Okay. Well, whether it's lawn mowing, desertscaping, or even snow clearing, whether you're here or you're a snowbird and you need them, check them out. It's TaskEasy.com.